Imagine this. Your life is a marble sculpture, and every day you're handed a fresh chisel and a new block of stone. The question is, what are you carving? What masterpiece are you creating with your choices, your habits, and your mindset? Here's the thing. Greatness doesn't come from a single glorious moment. It's built quietly, steadily, through the small, deliberate actions you take every day. Success, much like excellence, is not a one-time event. It's a daily process. Now, let me challenge you. How are you spending your days? Are you truly living with purpose or merely reacting to the chaos around you? If you find that most of your days seem to blur into a haze of distractions and busy work, it's not a matter of fate or bad luck. The issue is clarity and lack of intention. Today, I'll reveal how your life can be transformed by adopting simple but powerful daily habits. By the end of this video, you won't just understand what these habits are, but you'll also feel empowered to take control of your life and create it on your own terms. Ready to begin? Let's dive in. Habit 1. Start each day with clear purpose. How many days have you started by feeling pulled in 100 directions at once? You wake up and immediately get bombarded by emails, notifications, errands, only to end the day realizing you accomplished nothing meaningful. It's frustrating, isn't it? The problem isn't you. It's not laziness or lack of motivation. The issue is lack of clarity. When you don't define your purpose, life decides for you. Carl Jung once said, "Until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life and you will call it fate." Without intention, you're not living. You're drifting, like a leaf in the wind, busy but directionless. Here's the solution. Begin each day with a clear mission. Not a laundry list of chores, just a single, meaningful focus. Ask yourself, what is one important thing I must accomplish today? It doesn't have to be monumental. Maybe it's finishing a project that's been lingering for weeks. Maybe it's calling someone you've been avoiding. Maybe it's carving out time to learn a skill you've been neglecting. Marcus Aurelius, in his Meditations, posed the simple but profound question: is this necessary? He constantly brought himself back to clarity and purpose. The power of this habit isn't in grand actions. It's in stacking small, deliberate wins over time. When you live with clarity each day, your effort becomes focused, your time protected, and your results meaningful. Habit 2. Practice active gratitude. Let's be honest, how often do you wake up and immediately focus on what's wrong in your life? Emails demanding your attention, news headlines shouting fear, endless problems waiting to be solved. The negativity takes hold before you've even had your first sip of coffee. But here's the truth. You're not stressed by the things around you. You're stressed by your perception of them. Epictetus said it best. People are disturbed not by events, but by their views of events. Gratitude is the ultimate antidote to negativity. It's not just a fleeting emotion. It's an active practice, a discipline that rewires your brain. Studies have shown that practicing gratitude activates the brain's reward systems, reduces stress, and even improves physical health. The Stoic Emperor Marcus Aurelius offers profound advice. When you rise in the morning, think of what a privilege it is to be alive, to think, to enjoy, to love. Gratitude is not about ignoring problems or pretending life is perfect. It's about choosing to focus on what's good, on what's here, right now. Make it actionable. Before bed each night, or first thing in the morning, write down 3 things you're grateful for. Don't overthink it. It could be the warmth of the sun, a kind word from a friend, or the fact that you woke up this morning at all. As this practice grows, you'll notice a subtle but profound shift. Your brain learns to seek the positive in all situations. Instead of reacting to stress, you will act from a place of abundance and strength. Habit 3. Commit to lifelong learning. Here's a hard truth. Most of us stop intentionally learning the moment we step out of school. We get so caught up in routines that we forget the most important growth of all is lifelong. Carl Jung wisely noted, "One does not become enlightened by imagining figures of light, but by making the darkness conscious." True learning happens in the real world, in the discomfort of new ideas, tough experiences, and the challenge of growth. Lifelong learners aren't driven by fleeting motivation. They're fueled by curiosity and purpose. Think about Epictetus, who claimed that examining our thoughts and beliefs is the key to wisdom. The Stoics were firm believers in constant inquiry. They spent their lives questioning, reflecting, and growing. So how do you integrate learning as a daily habit? It's simpler than you think. Dedicate 30 minutes a day to intentional growth. This could be reading a book, listening to a podcast, watching a documentary, or engaging in stimulating conversations. Don't just consume, engage. Reflect. Question what you've learned. Test it in the real world. When you commit to daily learning, even in small doses, the compound effect is incredible. Over time, you'll grow not just in knowledge, but in perspective, wisdom, and confidence. You'll stop reacting passively to the world and start shaping it. Habit 4. Master your inner dialogue. Here's something you might not even realize. Your inner voice is one of the most powerful forces shaping your life. But for many of us, that voice is a harsh critic, whispering things like, "You're not good enough," or "This will never work." Marcus Aurelius had profound insight here. The happiness of your life depends on the quality of your thoughts. Your internal dialogue is not just noise. It influences how you act, how you feel, and ultimately, what you achieve. First, become aware of the stories you're telling yourself. Pay attention to moments of self-doubt or negativity. Then, challenge them. Ask yourself, is this really true? Often you'll find these beliefs are rooted in fear, not fact. Replace them with empowering statements. Remind yourself of your resilience, your strength, and your potential, not just in thought, but in words. Say it out loud. Declare what you are capable of. With time, this habit rewires your brain through neuroplasticity, shifting your mindset from self-sabotage to self-mastery. Habit 5. Embrace discomfort. Human beings are wired to seek comfort. We prefer the familiar, the easy, the cozy. But here's the truth. Personal growth doesn't happen in comfort zones. The Stoics practiced voluntary discomfort. Seneca, for example, would eat simple meals or wear rough clothing just to remind himself, "Is this what I feared?" By choosing temporary discomfort, they learned resilience and reduced their fear of the unexpected. How can you apply this today? Start small. Wake up earlier. Take cold showers. Have the difficult conversation you've been avoiding. Whatever your personal challenge looks like, lean into it. Over time, discomfort becomes a tool for growth rather than an obstacle. When you normalize discomfort, your fears lose their grip. You grow stronger, more adaptable, and more confident. What once seemed impossible starts to feel natural. Closing thoughts. You are the sculptor of your life. Every habit we've discussed here today is a tool, a chisel you can use to shape your life. Individually, they may seem simple, but when practiced consistently, they are transformative. Together, they help you build a life rooted in clarity, purpose, and growth. Now, let me challenge you. Which habit spoke to you the most? Which one will you start practicing today? Share it with us in the comments below. I'd love to hear your perspective and learn how you're applying this to your life. If you found value in this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up to let us know this kind of content resonates with you. And don't forget to subscribe to Daily Stoic Insights. By subscribing, you'll ensure you don't miss any future videos that will help you live a more intentional, inspired, and empowered life. Finally, join the conversation. Leave a comment with your reflections or share your favorite Stoic quote. Let's grow this community of deep thinkers and action takers. Thank you for being here today, and as always, remember, The present moment is all you have. Use it to create something extraordinary.